Wiggle to and fro.
7 minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock in Trinidad and Tobago. Welcome back to the Now Morning Show. Of course, it's World Water Day, and what better way to continue the celebrations and reflection on water than have with us a primary care physician, Dr. Flemming, talking to us this morning about water and why it is essential for health. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm great.
Welcome to the show, and thanks so much for, taking the time out of your morning. It's pretty early.
Okay, thank you for the invite.
So tell us something, Dr. Flemming. We're always, told all the time water is essential for us. We need to drink as much water as we can every single day. But the question is, why is it so essential for our health?
So water is a common thing. Everybody, it's actually trending right now. Drinking water and mind your business,
yes.
Right? So it's an easy conversation to bring up to persons now that you should drink water. And part of bringing it forward and asking them, what is the goal? And the goal should be to improve your overall health.
Yeah.
Studies have shown that it has a huge impact on your health. And if you drink enough water, not too much, not too little, then you can have an overall healthy lifestyle.
So you said when you drink enough water, which takes me to my next question, which is Trinidad and Tobago. As you know, we're always told drink 8 glasses of water a day. Now, is that correct for everybody, or could it vary depending on maybe sex, maybe on your physical factors, your health and so forth?
That's a very good question. So the common term you hear is drink 8 glasses of water a day.
Yes.
So 8 glasses means 8 ounces of water 8 times a day. For some people who drink water bottles, you could have 4 of those. Those are 16-ounce bottles. And also half a gallon a day, which is equal to about 2 liters of water per day. So that is a general consensus for the amount somebody should intake. But a major study shows it's actually 2.7 liters for females and 3.7 liters for males. And that's water or fluid in total. That's fluid that you get from fruit, vegetables, from other beverages. So water, I would say, stay within the 2 liters per day, however you could.
Okay, so stay within 2 liters. And I'm glad that you just asked, well, you mentioned rather fruits, because my next question is, can we eat water?
Oh, yes, we can. Actually, some of our common fruits, for example, watermelon is almost 100% water. Vegetables like broccoli has a very high percentage of water. So we can get our water from what we eat. And it helps with our digestion. It helps with all the different factors of our GI tract. So I recommend persons to eat fruits and vegetables high in water.
All right,
to begin with.
Taking a note, eat water and drink water as well. Now, just going back to what we were talking about a few moments ago with the 8 glasses of water a day, I noticed you mentioned even half a gallon. Is there such a thing as drinking too much water? And what is too much, and what are the side effects of drinking too much?
So when somebody embarks upon the idea that they want to drink more water, they should factor in their medical problems, their age, their physical activity, if they're breastfeeding or not, right? And based on that, they should decide if they want to see a physician first that could give them a proper regimen, or even a dietitian, and then go along those lines.
Yeah.
But too much water for someone, there are signs that you're drinking too much water. Sometimes it's too much of diluted urine. When you look down, you're passing too much urine, or it's too diluted. And sometimes some people have headaches. So water, too much water, where the kidney is not able to excrete all of that water and it builds up in the body, can lead to something called hyponatremia, which is an electrolyte imbalance, and that could cause problems with the brain, etc.
It's interesting that you just mentioned specifically about the color of your urine, because I know that, of course, depending on what color it is, it obviously determines what your health status is. But are you saying that it shouldn't be too clear? Is that the case?
So to determine if you're hydrated well enough, one of the ways you can determine that is if you look at your urine.
Okay.
So someone should be passing urine at least 5 to 7 times per day. And then when they do pass urine and they look back in the toilet, they can see if it is clear, if it looks more like water, or if it is more dark yellow urine. If it's more dark yellow, that is a sign that there is dehydration and that you need to take some water, to drink some water.
All right, no problem. And now, again, going to water, you know, some people say, you know, water is the elixir of life, which, I mean, it is. It's necessary for us to survive, for our will to be sustained as well. Now, what about making changes to your physical body as well? We've seen a lot of people say, you know, the more water you drink, you're going to lose weight, it's going to affect your mental health, it's going to make you, put you in a better mood. Can you share with us whether or not these are true?
So when it comes to weight loss, water is very important. It does two things actually. It improves your satiety, so it makes you feel full sooner. So when you actually have a meal, you don't overeat or intake too much calories. So it's recommended that you have water at least half an hour before a meal. And then in between meals, so you stay hydrated during the day. It also slightly increases your metabolism.
Okay.
So it does help with that. So a lot of people, when they're on their exercise journey or their health journey, they drink 3 liters of water, you know, the bottles, etc. And that slight increase is recommended because they have increased physical activity and because they have this weight loss goal in mind.
Okay.
It also does increase your mood. It helps with your mood because when you're hydrated, you have better concentration and memory, etc. So it's true.
So it's true. So drink water. It could affect your mood. Now, we do have, of course, Dr. Flemming with us this morning on the Now Morning Show, if you're just joining us. And we're talking about water as an essential for body health. So we've learned you can eat some of your water through watermelon and broccoli and so forth. It affects your mood. All right. The recommendations can change, I guess, depending on, as you said, you know, physical factors and so forth as well. But I do have another question for you.
Sure.
Because we always talk about water is so much fun to drink, but is it really? So do you have any tips for those of us who want to increase our water consumption, but you really need some convincing on how to get it done?
So with any goal, you should have some sort of support surrounding it. So if you would like to drink more water, ways in which you could support yourself is by putting a reminder on your phone or asking persons to remind you. Some people, they like to flavor the water a little bit, put some lime in the water or lemon, you know. Drinking water, making it fun using certain bottles. There are a lot of motivational products where they tell you what time to drink the water and say, okay, good job if you reach this particular level. So there are lots of products out there because, as I said before, it is trending. So it's easy to find ways to encourage yourself. There's apps around, etc.
No, I've tried some of the apps. It's interesting. You'll know, you'll just be there minding your business, trying to go about your day, and then you get a notification. Beep, beep, it's time to drink your water. Now, talking about making drinking water a bit more fun. Carbonated water is something that we have here at home as well, all over the world with all these different flavors, all these great bubbles. Drinking that, what are are there any health benefits to that, or does it just flow in with, all right, just drinking regular water? We can add that to our tally for the day.
It could be added, but I just would recommend to have warmer water. So usually the carbonated water is a bit cold.
Yes.
And you shouldn't be intaking too much of cold water. It should be on lukewarm or warm water to get the benefits of drinking enough water.
So thanks for mentioning that, because then I have a question for you, and I've seen this on social media, and of course, as you know, social media has so much medical advice.
Exactly.
But in this case, I would love for you to clarify this. Some people say the first thing you should do when you wake up in the morning is have a glass of room temperature water. Is that definitely something that we should do, or can we bust that myth?
Well, that is actually is recommended. There's no real study to show that it actually does have a particular benefit, but some persons say it does improve their bowel action, right, and actually helps to cleanse the body in the morning. So persons who have issues with constipation or stool being, you know, harder than usual, then I would recommend that to have glass in the morning.
A glass in the morning, all right. And another thing from social media, and of course I think this is mainstream as well, we are inundated with all these different types of water. They tell you to drink alkaline water because it's better for you. Then we also now see oxygenated water making its way through our shelves as well. Can you share with us, I mean, with these two specifically, because I see them in the market here in Trinidad and Tobago, what are the benefits of alkaline and oxygenated, and does it really make a difference?
Well, it actually doesn't make a difference. Once you are intaking water that is clean and safe and doesn't have impurities, then you drink the water. So I don't recommend someone to have more alkaline water or more tap water or Wassa water. Once the water is clean and you're getting the required amount per day and you're not becoming dehydrated or anything like that, I recommend drinking water. Because we have to remember, almost 2 billion people have no water, no access to clean water. So whatever we have, we should drink it.
I couldn't agree with you more, and I have one more question for you. So, you know, there are a lot of people who say you shouldn't drink tap water. I'm sure you've heard that many times. I know there are some people, you boil your water, or some people just drink it straight from the tap. Does it really make a difference?
Actually, in our population, it doesn't make a difference. To make sure, it depends on your area, your location. If you see for yourself the water has a different color than usual, then yes, boiling the water to be safe is important. Also, some persons they install filters in their household, so that's an important thing you could recommend. And then there's Brita filter, all these different filters. So either way, the most important thing is ensuring that you drink the water, that you actually drink it.
The most important thing is drink your water. Dr. Flemming, thank you so much for being with us on the Now Morning Show. Do you have any closing remarks for Trinidad and Tobago before we wrap?
Just be safe and drink water.
Trinidad and Tobago, that's Dr. Flemming talking about water and essential for body health.